what's your take on what you saw on Monday Night Football?
Obviously disappointing, and I thought that the one thing that concerns me, and I liked what I saw from Aaron Rodgers overall. I know he did the numbers weren't great and he wasn't perfect, but I came out of the game seeing enough to be like, okay, that's going to be okay. The concern that I've had around this team for the last couple of years is I don't trust the coaching. And to come into that game and see Shanahan just go in circles around his old buddy Saleh and Ulbrich, the DC, and just out-scheme, and then all the concerns that you had, like the Jets have had a strong defensive line under Saleh. They made some changes. Reddick is obviously missing here. And to see them get worked the way they were up front, that is concerning to me. So it is ironic and it is very Jetsy that they finally get the quarterback back. And I know Brockman's smirking over there, but the third drive.
Don't worry about him.
I can't help it, these Boston guys.
It's in your head.
Don't worry about
it. But the third drive, when Rodgers takes over, 70,000 fans screaming, and you see he's in control of the line, and he's totally got the team locked in. They go right down the field, big third down pickups, and you're like, okay, this is a professionally run offense with an all-time great at quarterback. And then now the defense is where we're springing leaks. So you go into week 2 in Nashville thinking, okay, that seems like a nice matchup. And I watched the Titans this morning, and Will Levis was a mess in that game, just every bit as bad as Deshaun Watson in some ways. And I think, okay, this should be a get-right game. But how do I feel confident after watching that Tony Pollard's not going to go off after what Jordan Mason did?
Let me give you a half glass full.
Okay. Hit me, Rich.
The last time Rodgers played a snap was when his Achilles snapped. He didn't do a thing in the preseason on the field in a game. Last night was the first time they actually did it together in a game. And the Niners are your opponent. And Fred Warner is standing in the middle of that field.
Yeah.
And he's peanut Tillmaning the ball out of Breece Hall's arms. And he's also going sideline to sideline behind Bosa up front. I mean, what'd you expect? And the fact that they did put it together for that, touchdown drive that gave him the lead to start. I mean, it's a flash. That's a sign. It was like I said, Rick Dalton gif. Like, there it is. That's exactly what they can do. But you're right. The defense was the biggest thing. And as I said to start the show, if you want to play for Saleh, you better show up, because there's a door. And even Rodgers has said that if they underperform this year, everybody's gone. I mean, Joe Douglas is not on. He's on, I guess, the Mike McCarthy plan right now. Like, his contract's up. He doesn't have any.
Should be.
Well, I mean, he's put together quite a team. And Hassan Reddick's not walking through that door. I mean, he's got no cachet with the Jets. He's never played it down for the Jets. And so, I mean, if you're hoping that he's the answer should be in the building. You know?
And Hassan Reddick, if he's on the field, Brock Purdy, could set up a picnic yesterday, but really Hassan Reddick's not a guy that's known for stopping the run either. So that's not like the game would have been totally different.
I don't think so.
I think overall, I don't want to sound doom and gloom, because I'm not, because I really do. And, we had my dad, who's, goes back to the Namath days, on the show last night. And he had a similar vibe as I did, was like, well, that sucked. But you know what? We have more time to figure this out. And that's just such a big difference from last year, when not only did you lose Rodgers, but you knew the season was over after week 1. So plenty of time to get it figured out. But absolutely, you can't spin it any other way than disappointment, because once you hear Christian McCaffrey's out, and you knew it was a summer of storms up there in San Francisco with the player and the holdout and all that stuff going on, it felt like a good spot for the Jets, weirdly, to me. And, me and a lot of other Jets fans were wrong.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.